Hello and welcome back. Okay, now I'd like to implement object up object item or something in the game that won't interact with the player but react to the player. Okay, something like that. While doing so, we'll learn about three things. Okay, one is tween, how to use a tween to animate some property, TWEN tween. And another is sprite animation, how to change animation, that kind of thing. And we'll look about Area2D and how we can use that flip property to kind of show the direction of the object movement. Okay, so let's start with, let's create Area2D 2D. So for this I'll like to use a PNG enemy. Okay, this frog one. Okay, so what I'm planning is like to have a frog here, and it have some radius to detect players. So if it detect player, it will fly away, it will jump away. Okay, I'll try to do something like that. So Area2D, it will area this physics body need some kind of collision. Okay, so yes. Okay, collision. Before that, let's add that frog into AnimatedSprite. Why AnimatedSprite again is I like to show twisted. It can be normal as well. It can be normal sprite as well, but animated one will be a bit easier to implement. Okay, because we can simply add that sprite initially in the game, and we can simply just toggle. Okay, sprite frame. So what I want is in idle state, I like to have that prog that. Okay, simply a normal plug. Okay, and I like to have another state, something called jump, JUMP, jump. So in this state the prog will jump. Okay, this move one. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, here is initially it will be played. Okay, and we'll have another jump one. No need to animate and no need to loop, because they are just a one image for each. Okay, and let's add collision. Let's add a circular one. Okay, so let's have a bit this is the detection area. Okay, so whenever a player enter in this region, the prog will jump away, something like that. I'm planning to do something like that. Okay, so before that, let's rewrite it as buffer og prog. Let's save it in the scene. Let's create something called object. Okay, save, something like that. Okay, as I already discussed, there is something called layer. So I like to be this object in the item layer and interact only with player. Okay, so it doesn't interact when the environment touches it. Okay, because since we will put the prog here, the environment, this collision should not trigger any effect. Okay, so yeah. And we have from the node property, there is the signal called body enter. So whenever another physics body is entered, this signal will be called. Simply okay, before that we'll have to attach a script to this prog. Let's attach that script. Now body enter, connect. Okay, so since we already made okay, for the player one, we have, I think I missed that on the earlier. So for the collision, it will be in the player and it will interact with items. Okay, it will interact with ground plus item, right? So yeah, in the player and interact with those two. Now let's simply console log detected. Okay. In the label 0, I like to connect those two just for the easy. Okay, paint tile map. Tile map, select this one, just edit one and edit here. Okay, replace these two as well. Okay, now let's add our frog. Frog. So it will be here. So something like that. Okay, now play. There is nothing in the console, and if we move a bit closer, it is detected, and we go power away, and it's detected again. Okay, now so what I like to do first is whenever the body is detected, I like to bar. Let's say if lip flip to false initially, okay, it will paste the direction as it is. Bar direction, direction is equal to, let's check it, it's facing forward, direction -1. Okay, initially. So if body dot global global, this should be global position, something like that property, global global position dot action. Okay, if body dot is less than, if it is less than, so if the object is from left side, okay, what we have to do is, we don't have to flip it, global position, the X position of the body. Let's simply print okay, just to confirm it. I'm not so sure right now. From left to detected, it's detected not from left. Okay, now read, and let's check in the prog AnimatedSprite and jump as both are facing in the left direction, right? So okay, if position is greater than 80, what we have to do is flip is equal to true, and direction, now I have to make the direction as well as 1. Okay, so simply the direction is, do I have to add to the X position, or do I have to reduce from the X position? Not more than that. Okay, now we know whether we need to flip this or not. Okay, let's simply do that. Okay, yeah, okay, if we have to interact with this, what we can do is click here and bring it here while clicking, and when click, okay, click control and release, okay, press in control and release the click. Okay, so on this, on doing that, we can get this object, this property. We can reference this, okay, from here. Dot flip adds is equal to true. Not true. That flip property. Okay, so now what we can do is we can check. Okay, nothing happens, but when it's interact from here, the frog will okay, I just realized it. Okay, frog will look on our side, right? So what we have to do is we need to make the frog to look to the opposite direction of our, right? So if it is less, what I have to do is I have to flip true. Okay, so initially frog is looking into this direction. Yeah, now since I'm from this side, frog will look the opposite side and jump, make the jump. Okay, and since I'm from this side, it will make look through the opposite direction and jump. Okay. I make this one correct, but forget about it. Okay, now reach. So what I like to do is when jumping, I don't want to move the axe. I want to go to certain height here and then raise till the half and then fall down, something like that. Okay, so for that, let's create something called a tween. Yeah, TWE and tween is equal to get tree. Create a tween, then we have to tween.twe and tween underscore property. We have to tween property. So we have to pass the object. Of what object are we trying to change the property of? What is the name of the property? What is the final value? And how long should that last? Okay, something like that. So object itself, because we are trying to change the length, position of the entire frog, and property is position. Final position is per nap position plus pctr vector 2 direction into 80 in the x direction, in the jump, let's say 20, something like that, in 0.5. Okay, let's try. Okay. Y, for the Y, yeah, for Y what we have to do is we have to raise, for in the 50% we have to raise, in another 50% we have to drop, right? So let's do something by init. Initial position is pos it position bar as a lf underscore final is equal to, what we can do is this initial position plus vector 2. Since in Godot y is in the opposite direction, let's minus it, and final is final plus and this one. Okay, but for this one will move in the positive direction, so y-axis will be in the same one. Okay, so final, we'll simply try that one. Okay, it raised, it had to drop, so simply position from to final, let's say on 0.25. Okay, Yeah, I think we got that. So yeah, it simply jumped. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. uh, let's make the detection radius a bit larger. So I'd like to move into another direction and check another perspective as well. Also, let's change some value, like the jump height is not that great, so let's increase it a bit. Let's give it a try. Okay, 40. It goes too far, so okay. Now if we move, I move from okay. It's looking good, but yeah, a bit. Let's make a bit higher. Okay, like 60 or 50. Some 50. Yeah, we can use some constant to have this value. Okay, that would be great, but whatever. No. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it looks good. So when the frog is jumping, I'll like to show another effect. Okay, that I have talked it like this one. So when I like to play the jump one, right? So how we can achieve that is whenever a body enter, since will make the player to jump. I'll like the AnimatedSprite to play the jump one like this. Okay, and we'll have something called callback. We can define a callback to this tween tween callback. Punk jump completed. Okay, so when the jump is completed, simply AnimatedSprite.play play the idle one. Okay, and let's pass this function to the callback. Okay, yeah, play, and yeah, we can see that effect now, right? It's like jumping. It's like jumping. Yeah, a bit higher could be okay. A bit more farther. Yeah, I'm not the expert here. I'm simply trying to show what I like to do. Okay, what I do. So yeah, just take it as an example, not as a best solution. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we have some flaw, like it will kind of stay in the line, something like that, but for now let it be. No, alright. Yeah, that's it for now.